Still a better time than their region time, so that's something very, very great to aspire to. Next event on the track is our under 11 boys 800 metres. So pretty close to a full field here. Looks like we're just missing the one, and it might be Connor from Brighton that's not here. I'll give the boys a chance to start. I do like this age group. We've got 3 from Mornington just to make life a little bit challenging, we could call it. So clean start away there. Long mane of Leon, one of our favourites from the live stream crew, out off to a flyer. But introducing the field 2 from the inside, we've got Nixon from Cranbourne, 2 Noah from Sandringham, 3 Lewis from Mornington, 4 Jack from Sandringham, 5 Asher from Caulfield, 6 Leon from Preston Reservoir, 7 Elliot from Sandringham, 9 Riley from Yarra Rangers, 10 Sebastian from Mornington, 11 William from Mornington, 12 Henry from Williamstown, 13 Ari from Colac, 14 Will from Geelong, 15 Finian from Gisborne, and 16 Costa from Shepparton. So out in front leading the way is Nixon from Cranbourne, I do believe. I haven't even actually checked to make sure he's the only Cranbourne athlete, but he does look very familiar to me. Sitting in second place at the moment is that of Leon from Preston Res. Then we've got Jack from Sandringham. Oh, yeah, Jack from Sandringham. Not looking down at my sheet. Then I think it might be Asher from Caulfield in that group as well. So rounding the bell here, that's a 68. So that's a quick time at the moment. Nixon leading the way, still followed by Leon. Then we've got Jack and Asher. Not too far behind them is our second, that's Elliot from Sandringham. And not too far behind he is Finian from Gisborne. So a bit of a sharp move there by Asher from Caulfield. So Asher from Caulfield's going to go into the attack. You can see that really guts determination and that really fight face there from our good mate Leon from Preston Reservoir. Nixon's starting to, not sure if he's tiring yet or he's just boxing us here in his final 200 metres. But you've got 3 now wanting to lead forward, and pushing forward in that is Asher from Caulfield. So Asher leading the way at the moment as they come around into the front straight, but closely followed by him and having a counter charge. I said he might have been foxing before, was Nixon. He's kept a bit in the tank here, and then we've also got Leon and Jack from Sandringham as well. So the 4 of them here are going to fight this down forward to finish. Nixon's in front, closely followed by Asher from Caulfield. So Nixon has played fox. He's going to come across the line. Then we'll have Asher next after. Leon picks up the bronze. Great run by Jack next across the line. And then we also have our second Sandringham athlete, Elliot, as well. I think just after he was also then Finian from Gisborne, who we mentioned a little bit earlier today. But this is a really exciting developing age group. There's always a group of 3 or 4 boys that mix it up in the placings as they get towards the finish line, and they hadn't let us down today. So well done to them. Also a big... So next event on the track is the under 11 boys 200 metres. Quite a competitive age group, this one, in actual fact. So there's a lot of kids in the mix that, whilst they might not be in that time final number 3, have definitely got an opportunity to bump themselves up from time final 2. So we do have a vacant lane in 7. Without further ado, we'll introduce the athletes to you now. From lane 1, we have Dylan from Whittlesea City, 2, Jamie from Chelsea, 3, Eddie from Cranbourne, 4, Angus from Williamstown, 5, Elliot from Sandringham, 6, Joshua from Pakenham, and 8, Will from Geelong. So nice clean start there for competitors in this first heat of the under 11 boys. Elliot from Sandringham running very strongly at the moment. So they round out the top of the bend. We've got people probably obstructing the camera at the second. So coming up to the line is going to be our athlete Joshua from Pakenham, taking this one out over Will from Geelong. Not quite capture who was third in that one here. Heat number 2 is on the track of the under 11 boys, 200 metres. Introducing the competitors from lane 1, Ted from Warrnambool, 2, Ryder from Knox, 3, Tex from Mornington, 4, Mungo from Doncaster, 5, Ollie from Mentone, 6, Leon from Preston, 7, Jordan from Essendon, and 8, Nate from Sandringham. So clean start away, strong racing here by the competitors from the inside. So Ryder had a great start there. As you come around into camera shot now, racing well as well is the competitor from Doncaster in the centre of field there. You can just see him there on the far outside. Leon's also running a great race, but as they come down the front straight at the moment, just coming into a clearer shot at the moment, it's going to be the athlete on the far outside, Nate from Sandringham, coming home strong. Jordan following him as well. And then our athlete in the centre of field might have actually just been Leon from Preston Reservoir, just across from Mungo from Doncaster. So 29.08.
Just a reminder that we have our live stream and cameras and photo finish in the grandstand. Can we please ask that people are mindful of where they are standing, keeping the stairways clear and in front of the cameras?
So third and final heat on the track for the under 11 boys, 200 metres. In lane 1, we have Jackson from Horsham, 2, Jensen from Moorabbin, 3, Brandon from Keilor, 4, Logan from Knox, 5, Fate Deep from Cranbourne, 6, William from Chelsea, 7, Sonny from Keilor, and 8, Jacob from Diamond Valley.
On your marks.
Top half of the left-hand side of the screen, of it is. But no, on the power unit, on the battery pack. On that real portable charger. Yeah, the little generator.
So clean start away. Probably best start there was by Logan from Knox. So Logan off to a flyer at the moment. Fat Heap running very strong. And on the far outside, William from Chelsea 2 is running a very good race. As they round out the bend, it's going to be Logan from Knox out in front, closely followed by Brandon from Keilor on the inside, and then Fat Deep from Cranbourne on the outside. Running a strong finish now is Sonny from Keilor as well on the far outside, trying to make some ground. But it is going to be Logan from Knox taking this one out, just in front of Brandon from Keilor, Fat Deep from Cranbourne, and Sonny from Keilor in 4th. So 27.89 for first. So great racing there by Logan. And taking out the gold medal for that event. Next event on the track is event 203, the under 11 boys 1500 metres. So we do have 21 starters. So we have 3 athletes have not presented to the call room, so we will introduce these boys to you very shortly once the race has taken place. Another one of those really favourite age groups. We've got a couple of boys in this group that really shine, and we saw them do an equally amazing effort yesterday in their 800 metres.
Now stand back. On your marks.
So the athletes introducing from the inside: number 1, Finian from Gisborne; 3, Noah from Sandringham; 4, Jack from Sandringham; 5, Joe from South Melbourne District; 6, Asher from Caulfield; 7, Leon from Preston; 8, Richard from South Melbourne; 9, Lewis from Mornington; 11, Riley from Yarra Ranges; 12, William from Mornington; 13, Rio from Keilor; 14, James from Diamond Valley; 15, Ryken from Chelsea; 16, Jacob from Doncaster; 17, Dion from Lansfield Romsey; 18, Andre from Doncaster; 19, Billy from Chelsea; 20, Costa from Shepparton; 22, Dominic from Waverley; 23, Elliot from Sandringham; 24, Nixon from Cranbourne. So do expect the young man in front to probably lead part of the way. So that is Jack from Sandringham. So Jack's the favourite in this event. Nixon from Cranbourne there sitting in front. And then in behind those boys, we do have our second Sandringham athlete in Elliot. So very similar fashion to what we saw yesterday. This lead group will be chopping and changing quite a bit. This is the first time this introduction on track for the 1500 metre event for this age group. So there's a couple of boys to really watch. The lead change might be constant. You might just see it flip around a little bit. Who has to stamp their authority on the race? So at the moment, Nixon sitting up with Jack along the back straight. Second Sandringham athlete we see move into third. Then we see Leon from Preston get into that mix, and then also Asher from Caulfield as well starts to move up in the group as well. So yesterday the race was won in the 800 by Nixon, who's in the white predominantly coloured uniform. Asher from Caulfield, who's in the blue and the purple, he was second, and then Leon in the red and white, he was third. So a lot of really gutsy little runners. Leon is one of our live stream favourites. We've had him for a long time because he puts absolutely everything in to the finishes of his races. So they're just really getting in their groove right now. So just the 2 laps to go. But that lead group and that bunch you can see start to move up. Expect Leon to move into that group, as well as our athlete from Gisborne. And I believe that is Finian. So Finian's just sitting off the back at the moment. Leon's starting to wind up around the outside. You can still see in contact with that group as well. I think it's Noah from Sandringham, along with Jack, who's out the front of the group. So Jack's still out in front. Nixon sitting in, Leon grooving in on the inside barrier at the second, and out in front now Finian starts to move through. So don't knock out young Noah at the moment. I think what you're going to find, Noah might move a little bit too early at this stage, and he's going to get run down by these boys that have got a really good speed base towards the end. That could be his tactic, however. He might have been told to go sooner, so then that way he has a little bit of a head start of these boys that are going to sprint this last 400 home. And I would imagine once that bell goes, it's like a cattle bell. They pretty much are just going to run for dinner at the end. So it is, as I just said before, Noah from Sandringham. Start to see Asher there on the far outside move through. Finian's getting a bit of line of sight as well. He's wearing the 125, the blue, red and white. Nixon's going to get himself in a bit of a tricky spot in a second if he's too far into that rail, because on the back of that group is also Leon just sitting there waiting to strike. He's going to maybe just look for that inside barrier to run through as we come around with about 300 metres to go. But it's Finian now that moves first. Nixon starts to open up his leg stride as he goes with him as well. Then we also see the athlete from Caulfield, Asher. So Asher's just sitting there. Asher could be the bit of the money card in this one here, as he's looking very calm, but Nixon with that long lopey stride is going to be the leader going into this last 200. So Nixon opens up the lead now. Young Noah as well having another little bit of a crack at this one here too. But it's Nixon turning on the jets now. Asher also going, but I do like the action here. These boys are really going to power home. So Nixon's coming home first. Second will go through to Asher, and then our good friend from Preston, Leon. He puts that effort in at the end. It's insane. Comes in through with the bronze. Then we've got Finian next, followed by young Noah from Sandringham. Jack thereafter. Then we have Lewis from Mornington come across the line. One of the first of our South Melbourne athletes, and it could have been, I think it might be Joe that came through first. We've got Joe, and then we have RJ, but RJ's the one that's going to come across the line now from South Melbourne. So great racing by those boys. They're an exciting age group because they're really, really versatile. So many different talents that they have in leading the race, and then the lead changing constantly as well. But huge effort to Jack, who led the way. They're very similar to yesterday as well in the 800. We'll grab an unofficial time on first.
On your marks. Set. Line 1, straight, first and final one. On your marks. Set.
So race is underway here. We have our first heat of the under 12 girls in lane 1. We have Eva from Mentone, 3 Violet from Brighton, 4 Matilda from Pakenham, 5 Billy from Sandringham, 6 Nishala from Knox, 7 Isla from Sandringham, and 8 Stephanie from Keilor. So racing well down the back straight is that of Isla from Sandringham, second from left. Also the athlete from Knox in Nishala running a great bend. Billy there coming past camera as alongside with Matilda from Pakenham too. So Isla, the strongest of the group so far. She's coming out of lane 7, but you do expect the competitors from the inside to start to wind it up a little bit more now. The first one to do that might be Violet from Brighton in lane 3. As they hit the front straight, you'll see her come into shot there from the far right. Starting to put on the challenge now is our competitor from Knox in Nishala. But Isla still looks strong to take this one here. So Isla coming home strong now. She's going to come across the line in first. Second will go to Mentone. Possibly then Brighton in third. So Eva in second, Violet in third. But great racing there for that first heat of the under 12 girls. 400 metres. Running incredibly well here at the state champs.
Can I please have the Echuca Moama team manager to communications, please? Echuca Moama team manager to communications.
The next event on the track is the under 11 boys 400 metres. Slightly doing an intro for a race when you were on mute still. We'll introduce the competitors to you once we start.
Set.
So competitors just from 3 to 8. So Asher from Caulfield is in 3. Caden from Box Hill is in 4. Tom from Coroe 5. In lane 6 we have Ted from Warrigal, 7 Fatvia from Melton City, and 8 Ethan from Berwick. So great racing by Fatvia from Melton City along the back straight. Very, very nice clean style as he makes his way down for this first 200 metres. He's going to well and truly be there first. Chasing him down on the far outside, you can see Ethan there from Berwick closest to camera as they come into the final stages. It might be that of Tom from Coroe, that might be the next threat, but you can also see Ted from Warrigal too having a little bit of a crack at it as well. So as they round the top of the bend, it still is a competitor from Melton City. So Fatvia from Melton City, but it's starting to hurt. You can see the legs getting heavy, and it's a great opportunity from Ted from Warrigal to start coming through, and on the far inside Asher from Caulfield as well. But it's going to be young Ted from Warrigal here who's going to come through and take line honours in this race. Second will go to Asher from Caulfield. Third will be Ethan from Berwick, and Fatvia, as a great race there he had in the earlier stages, will take fourth. So heat 2 is on the track.
On your marks. Set.
So off to a clean start here in this second heat of the under 11 boys. In lane 2, Jordan from Essendon, 4, Finian from Gisborne, 5, Parker from Geelong, 6, Brandon from Keilor, 7, Elliot from Sandringham, and 8, William from Frankston. So great start there by Elliot from Sandringham. He's in lane 7. He's already passed that out on 8. But Brandon from Keilor starting to chase him down. But on the far inside, Finian from Gisborne is running a great race at the moment. He'll come level with Parker from Geelong and start to snag back Brandon from Keilor too, as he puts on the chase to Elliot from Sandringham that's out in front. So young Elliot from Sandringham, he's going to pop out from this bend first. Has a cheeky look back there to see who's in place there behind him. So Finian from Gisborne, you can see in the centre of field in the 1-2-5, starting to chase him down. On his his outside, Keilor finishing strong. That's Brandon from Keilor. But it's going to be about Elliot running a strong race here, trying to move up in his seeded time. Brandon from Keilor next, Finian from Gisborne. Then on the inside, I think it might have been Jordan from Essendon. That's heat 2 of the under 11 boys. And we have heat 1 next, which has got a couple of absolute crackers in it. Let's watch this next one with very much anticipation to see which way it might end up going.
Can I please have the Echuca Mulwala Team Manager to Communications, please? Echuca Mulwala Team Manager to Communications.
On your marks.
So I mentioned earlier this is a great age group to watch develop, and from the inside we've got Noah from Sandringham, Nixon from Cranbourne in 3, Leon from Preston in 4, Fatik from Cranbourne in 5, Jack from Sandringham in 6, 7 is Joshua from Pakenham, and 8 is Will from Geelong. So as they wind up that back straight, Gutsy running at the moment there from the outside. So we've got Joshua from Pakenham running a pretty good race here. He's started to put a little bit of pressure on the rest of the group now. Leon's run a first 200 very, very strongly here. Going to see how he puts a burst into this last 200 as well. Had a big program today, he has, but we'll see how he goes. Nixon from Cranbourne as well as a strong finisher, so I do expect him to have something to show here in the final stages. So as they round the top of the bend, it is still at the moment the athlete there from Pakenham, but let's see if there's anyone there that's capable of chasing him down. Futheap might be my first choice in that one in this instance here, and here he comes. Futheap coming home strong. Futheap's going to take this one first. On the far outside, Will from Geelong. What a super effort. Then Joshua from Pakenham. Might have then been Jack from Sandringham, and also Leon and Nixon amongst that group. But super run. These boys put in more than 120% a lot of the time into their races, and it's so great to see. There's no one quitting before the line. They run through the line, and it's exactly a great example of what it's all about. So next event on the track is our under 12 boys, 400 metres. So the landscape is starting to flatten around the track. We've got a little bit more visual perspective as the tent city starts to diminish. The couple at high jump we'd love to come down very